mean the power of tens? Any fraction that has the power of tens sitting in their denominator part can become a decimal. But remember, the denominator part must have the power of tens. It might be just 10, or it might be 100, or 1000, or 10,000, and 1 million. Whatever number is ending in zero is going to be a friend. A fraction having in their denominator part 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, whatever, ending in zero is going to be a friend, and it can be converted into the decimal. But 1/5, it doesn't have the 10 sitting in the denominator part, but we can expand the fraction. Expanding the fraction means multiplying both parts by 2, 3, 4, 5, any number that is a whole number. We know that our destination is 10, and we know we can multiply 5 by 2 and we got 10. Let's try. 1/5 is actually 2/10. And right now we can divide 2 by 10. And every time we divide 2 by 10, we take only 2 pieces of pizza out of 10 available, because we divided our pizza into 10 pieces and we're taking only 2 parts out of 10, which means we have 0 whole pizzas and 2 parts out of 10. The decimal 0.2 is pronounced as 2/10. Same as a fraction, 2/10. But remember, 2/10 would always require, if it's a decimal, a whole part being separated by a decimal point. You read these numbers same as a fraction, 2/10, but you know that you're not eating a whole pizza, you're only taking 2 parts out of 10. Let's practice a bit more and it will become easier. And now we know that 5 is not a friend of a decimal, but 10 is a friend of a decimal. We are expanding the fraction 4/5 by multiplying both parts, the numerator part and denominator part, by 2. 8/10. That's right. And now we can divide 8 by 10, and we always get 0 whole pizzas, a decimal point, and 8/10. 8/10. That's right. All right, now we've got their number 8 as a denominator. We can try to expand it by 2 and then we'll get 16. Too far from 10 and 2 far from 100. But we have another prompt here. That is number 5. What did we do? We expand fraction 1/8 by using multiplication and by 5. Well, we got 5/40s, right? 5/40s. But we can keep on expanding. Let's do it again. 40 multiplied by 5 will get us to 200. 25 out of 200. 25 200s. We're getting very closer to the end. You know why? Because 1000 is a possibility and it's a friend of tens, right? Anything that has zeros at the end and 1 at the very beginning is a friend of the decimals because it's a friend of 10. 1000 definitely is a friend of 10 because we're 10 times tens. And we're expanding our fraction by 5s. 200 will become 1000 and 25 will become, yes, 25 will become 125 because 25 plus 25 is 50. And we need to use 50 twice. 25 multiplied by 4 is 125. 125 out of 1000. And right now we know that we are not eating the whole pizza, thus we are putting 0 and the decimal point. And where you're taking 125 parts and we read the decimal a little bit different or same as the fraction. Let's see. 125 thousandths. Right. Decimal is being pronounced as 125 thousandths, same as a fraction, because it's the same amount that we write in a different way using a 0 as a starting point. Because we might have one whole pizza and 125 parts out of 1000. Not necessarily we will always have 0 whole parts, but that is in the future. Right now we see that we can write down the fraction same as a decimal number, but we have to respect the whole part and the decimal parts, and there is a separation fence that is called a decimal point. Let's move forward. And we are being offered to expand 3/4 by using 2s and 5s. I know that a friend of decimal is a tens, and the easiest way to get 0 is by expanding 4 or any other number by 5s. Let's see. All right, we've got 20 and we can expand it. And if we do it by 5, of course, we will get 100. Perfect. 75 hundredths. That's right. We're still having 0 whole pizzas and 75 parts out of 100. Remember, fraction, decimal. Fraction, decimal, but the same pronunciation. 75 hundredths. That's correct. And the very last part that must be easy, half or half. Yes, we don't say 1 out of 2, right? It's normally half. We don't need to. We are looking for the friend of decimals that is 10, 100, or 1000. And in our case, 10 is easily accessible by using expansion by 5. And we got our 0 whole pizzas and 5 parts out of 10, and which is 0.5 or 5 tenths. Congratulations! We are all done.